Hello, welcome to Primetime Recaps. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. It will make us happy and help us keep making videos like this. Today, I'm going to be explaining a Russian sports comedy movie, titled, I Am Losing Weight, released in the year 2018. Warning, spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. The movie opens in the city of Nizhny Novgorod, Russia. A girl named Anya is living with her boyfriend, Genya, who is a gym instructor and an athlete. Anya works in a bakery, and she loves food. At the time the duo met, she was slim, but after several months, she then put in more weight. They get invited for a friend's wedding, but she tries the clothes she bought for over few months and realizes that they don't longer fit in. She comforts herself by saying that it isn't noticeable, but honestly the change in her body is obvious. Her boyfriend can see this too, but he decides to be quiet about her increase in weight. After a while of searching and trying on some clothes, she eventually finds a more appropriate one and gets ready. As Genya gets to see her in the dress, he gets shocked because she doesn't look like the girl he fell in love with. He starts suggesting that he doesn't want to attend the wedding with her, because of her weight, and moreover, all his friends in the fitness company will be present at the wedding. As he hopes that she will stay back, Anya then decides that she wants to stay back home and order pizza. She attempts to impel him to stay home with her, but instead, he promises to send her best wishes to the newly wedded couple and return home early. Prior to leaving, he carries her and put her on the counter, but dodges when she attempts kissing him. She observes this, but hid the fact that she feels hurt. Immediately he leaves, she changes into more comfortable clothes to stay at home, then weighs herself in order to know her weight. She is surprised to find out that she's 70 kilos. However, she complains a lot about adding weight. Her only solution for now is to drink a glass of water. Still, she decides to fry some snacks and then go through the internet. Upon waiting for her boyfriend, she continues scrolling through the phone, and sees pictures of Genya and his friends at the wedding. She zooms into one of the group pictures and gets worried to see that all the girls he snapped with are slim and fit. Then she sees a picture of Genya and another girl, and as she checks her profile, she gets pissed to see a short video of the girl kissing him on the cheek. Because of the video, Anya gets dressed and wears little makeup, and then rushed to the wedding. She puts a call across to her best friend, Natasha, to pick her up. Although, her bestie also notices that she has put on weight, but she still looks very beautiful to her. She holds her face and advises her to not to be shy about her body. Upon arriving at the venue, Anya sees her boyfriend dancing with the girl, and as he starts getting a bit too close, she allowed her feelings judged her way of thinking, then she gets in between them. Genya is obviously astonished to see her, but he continues dancing, as the other girl coughs and walks away. After a while, the duo decides to sit down, then Anya starts eating. She inquires from him why he was dancing with a girl, but instead, he denies, saying that they were dancing in a group. Anya then provokes him to talk, and he yells at her, saying that he has lost interest in her, as he doesn't love her anymore like he used to. He adds that she has turned into a burden for him. Anya moods changes instantly, but before they're able to continue their conversation, the newly wedded approaches them and they attempt to cover it up with a smile. The bride asks Anya if she is pregnant. She feels bad and leaves as she wishes the couple well. As the next scene opens, Anya is in transit, on her way to her mom's house. She is hurt and this makes her cry profusely, without thinking of anyone who might be looking at her. As she walks into her mom's apartment, she notices that she's on a date, then he steps outside to give them privacy. Anya explains to her mother everything, including the fact that her boyfriend broke up with her with the excuse that she has put on weight. She tries to console her by saying that she isn't fat but only has wide bones. This only makes her feel a lot worse than she already is. Later that night, while she sleeps on her mother's couch, she goes through pictures of Genya on her phone and also come across a picture of her taken about few months ago. She zooms into the picture and feels unhappy to see that she has really changed. In the early hours of the next day, she receives a call from Natasha who tells her to come over. She sits on a chair outside Natasha's balcony and expresses her feelings about the breakup. She informs her that Genya stopped by her house last night and dropped all her luggages. Natasha and her husband, Demas, tells her to stay with them for a few days until she gets an apartment. She attempts to comfort her bestie, but instead, she keeps on crying and complaining about how Genya treated her. She still has the intent of reconciling with him. Demas attempts to make her feel better by saying that she looks very sexy, but it still doesn't change her mood. She sleeps off at night on the chair, and Natasha tries talking to her the next morning. She tells her a story about a friend who has experienced exactly what she's presently going through. Her boyfriend broke up with her through a text message, simply because she added weight. Instead of crying herself out, she decided to sign up in the gym, and in 1 month time she lost weight. The selfish boyfriend regretted his decision that he started sending her gifts like flowers, in order to win her back. Anya complains that she is short of cash to register for a gym, but instead, Natasha suggests that she should try the 1-week free trial in one of the gyms in town. The following morning, Anya affirms that she's beautiful and drinks a glass of water. She visits the gym for the first time in her life. She then takes time to get familiar with the equipment and then falls off the treadmill several times, but all the show of exercising makes no sense, because in less than 50 minutes, she visits a restaurant eating so much food. Natasha, who is working in the restaurant, feels disappointed seeing her, and she throws her food away. She yells at her for not being able to stay without food for few hours, and advises her to try harder. Immediately she gets home, she starts applying moisturizer on her belly, then uses a plastic wrap to wrap it, believing that the trick will make her lose weight, while still eating a bag of chips. Later that night, she attempts to steal food from the refrigerator, but Natasha catches her. Following this, she now resolves to staying away from unhealthy food, but this is not easy for her because she is obviously working in a bakery. As she is decorating a cake, she mistakenly licks icing off her fingers, and wants to make up for it by doing little exercise. Still at work, she still feels tempted to eat, but manages to control herself. Afterwards, she is left alone with a big cake, as she looks at it for some minutes attempting to get an excuse to eat it. She walks to and fro, almost breaking a shelf, then she finally gives up and finishes half of the cake instantly. Eventually, she believes that she really has a problem, so she searches the internet for a self-help group for people with irresistible eating habit and joins the group. Amongst the group of ladies is a single man, named Kolya. Anna lies about her name, claiming she's Angela, and then adds that she doesn't have an eating disorder, claiming to be a journalist who is writing a story on eating disorders. They all try to have a positive vibe about their condition, not accepting the fact that they have a problem. Kolya points at each of them and calls them fat. He adds that it's only clear that Anya lied about being a journalist, because she doesn't want to accept that she has a problem. In pretense, Anna leaves the meeting by acting like she's receiving a call, but Kolya follows her as he invites her to a nearby restaurant. The only reason she agrees is because she likes food. Surprisingly, Kolya suggests that they become each other's fitness sponsors, which means they have to exercise with each other daily, as well as also notify each other before eating anything and provide support emotionally throughout the process. Anya isn't really sure if she should entirely trust Kolya, but she sees that there's no harm in trying. The following day, in the morning, the duo goes to a park to start running. At the onset, Anya wasn't really free with him, but as time passes, she realizes that he is really a very nice guy, and he doesn't feel shy about his body, which makes her desire to spend more time with him and makes her love her body as well. They always converse before eating every day, and always assist each other because they are also facing the same issue. As time goes on, Anya starts to lose weight gradually. When she attends a pool party, she sees skinny girls looking so elegant, then she starts feeling bad. Anytime she feels ineffectual, Kolya supports her, and they steadily scream at the top of their voices in order to relieve stress. The only reason Anya is doing all of this is for Genya to like her again, and this only makes Kolya feel jealous. After more than 1 month, Anya reduces weight by 10 kilometers, and she now wants to see Genya again. She buys a swimsuit and pretends to bump into him at a swimming pool, where he works as an instructor. Genya is astonished to see her looking slim after they broke up. They get into the pool and start splashing water at each other. They continue having fun until the girl she met at the wedding arrives and introduces herself as Jenya's girlfriend. Anya feels really hurt again. She then decides to party and drink all night, in order to forget about Jenya. She wakes up naked the next morning, on Kolya's bed, and he guarantees her that he did not take advantage of her. In a flashback showing what happened the previous night, we see that Anya was about leaving the club with a stranger, but Kolya came just right on time and gets punched on the face in order to save her. However, she decides to visit her mum the same morning, and tells her everything that has happened in the past weeks. Her mum makes her understand that she only has emotional trauma, due to the fact that her father left them when she was much younger. Thus, she just wants Jenya back by all means, even though she knows that he isn't the right person for her. The following day, Anya decides to go visit her father because she can relate what her mum is trying to say. She decides to take Kolya with her, so he can drive her because it is only a distance of few hours. Whilst on the way, Kolya attempts to get closer to her, so that she can see that he really likes her, but Anna is concerned about his advances. Eventually, they get to see her father, Sergey, who lives in a wooden house with a woman house. Anya inquires from him why he doesn't want to be involved in her life, but then he reminds her of the day he came to give her a birthday present, and she rudely tells him to get lost through the window. Later that night, Anna mistakenly drops a candle and lights the wooden house on fire. Her dad shouts at her for burning his house without caring if she gets burnt or not. Immediately after the incident, Anya and Kolya drives back home. As Kolya drops her off, she kisses him on the nose before leaving, and this makes him feel so excited. While going home, he even decides to sell his watch in order to buy flowers for her. In the next scene, Jenya goes to meet Anya and apologizes for everything that has happened. After talking for some time, they eventually start making love. Just immediately, Kolya comes to see her and offer for him to give her the flowers he bought her. He sees them and leaves feeling really hurt. The following morning, as Anna wakes up lying close to Jenya, he makes a statement saying that she looks more presentable now than she did few months ago. This makes her get angry. Then she realizes that she is not supposed to be in an unstable relationship, always trying to be mindful about what she does and eats so as not to lose her partner. The duo get into an argument and the guy leaves. Later in the evening, she goes to visit Kolya, because she needs a friend to comfort her, but Kolya gets very angry and throws an apple at her, making it clear that their deal about being each other's sponsors has finally ended now that her weight has normalized. The following morning, she goes over to meet Natasha at her house, but no one opens the door. She then decides to go through Natasha's window and a pipeline to get into the house by all means. She realizes that Natasha and her husband had serious issues and he decided to leave. Anya and her bestie conversed with each other, and they feel much better. Subsequently, Sergey goes over to see Anya and apologizes for not being a good father. He also dances with her just like he used to when she was much younger. After they resolve their differences, Anya then goes over to the fitness marathon to meet Kolya, and then she finds him sipping a cold drink and throws it away, reminding him that she is still his sponsor and it is her duty to help him do more exercise until he loses weight. The duo take part in the marathon and finishes it till the end. Eventually, Kolya courageously decides to kiss her for the first time. In the end, she realizes that getting so worried about how she looks will not make her feel elated and glad, but real happiness and self-worth is totally based on loving yourself just the way you are. I hope you liked the movie. Please turn on the bell icon to be the first to watch our videos when we post contents like this. You can also suggest a movie you'll love us to explain in the comments section. Thanks for watching.